Bod clot.
Bro, I brought one beer, and I haven't drank beer on the show in a while. Can we guess what flavor it is?
It's what? What flavor it is?
What brand?
Oh, what brand? Pacifico.
It's almost like this motherfucker knows me, dog. It's almost like you know me, Korpsx. I had one beer, so I figured might as well.
Already,
Might
I'm
as
going live.
well.
My bad. Late. But
Are you not live?
I'm going live now. I just did the thumbnail.
Oh, that's so cute. Did you change it a little bit?
The number from 81 to 82.
But you didn't change, bro. You gotta update that picture, bro. We don't look like that anymore.
I don't know about y'all. I look like that. I mean, I feel like we all look pretty similar. Putch's hair is a little bit longer.
My hair's a little bit shorter. Oh no, I have a hat on.
You got a hat on.
I got a hat on always, bro.
Yeah, you just got sunglasses now.
This is what it looks like if I don't have a hat on.
You actually have long hair, bro. You have really long hair.
It was longer before. What do you mean?
No, well, I know it was longer before. I'm just saying you have long hair in general. You just keep it kind of long.
Thanks.
You're getting long as hell, boy.
Yeah, Pledge yours.
Hey, we got to make sure the kiddos got some hair. You know what I'm saying?
What?
That's what I do with my hair.
Hey, I got one for you guys for the pod, but we need to do the intro first.
Yeah, I need Damien's intro, bro. What are we getting today? We getting reggae? We getting Afro beats? We getting technological? What are we doing?
Hold on.
We got ASMR, cool, calm, collective sounds last week. I'm excited.
Do you want to do the intro over a crump track?
Oh, that might be cool though.
I don't think he's watched enough Crump yet.
It's unreleased.
It's Buck.
Dude, it's so good.
Hold on, I need 2 seconds.
Oh my god, bro. We go live.
Hold on. Here's
15 minutes late.
Here's the speak preview.
I just want to crash out. When I'm in a session, I just want to crash out.
Who did this track?
Crash out. Crash out. Crash.
I wish I could hear it because it's like cutting in and out on my side. Oh man, look! Oh, he set the ambiance. So hold on. Hold the fuck on. What we got going on in here? What we got going on in here?
Hey, shout out Ruck Boy. That shit is crazy. Shout out Ruck Boy.
Oh, he's having us wait in suspense, bro.
I can't handle it. I don't do on suspenseful moments like this. I start crashing out.
I know. I like what you did there. Plugged it again.
Yeah, you like that? I'm immaculate with this shit.
Hold on. D, I only brought one beer, bro, and I Oh shit!
What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? I'll pause the music for a little bit just to say I want everybody to put their hands in the air. We better get this shit rocking. Two beautiful co-hosts here. Save, Korpsx. Everybody, get your energy up. Woo! Fuck yeah. Oh, I missed it.
Where's the we gotta wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, hold on. That would have been way better if we could have put the actual music on the live stream instead of
like on it.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to put the lights back up.
Hey, it was clip worthy.
I misjudged the drop, bro. I'm so sad.
We all did.
I was like, wait.
All right,
blue balling me a little too
I'm
much.
gonna wait till you finish the intro, and then Korpsx has something. But I want to bring something up about the EDM music.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today's usual Tuesday. I know that whole DJ set was pretty sick, but I didn't really get much in there. It was just too much of a vibe, okay? Thank you, everybody, for coming. More DJ set to come. You got to wait till the end of the episode, though. So stay tuned till the very end. And if you don't, I'll know, okay?
Fuck you.
All right, what's up?
I just want to say something about EDM real quick. Do y'all remember when EDM just had like a fucking chokehold on the world?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a VG fucking
Dirty bit.
Wait,
What?
is
Animals.
EDM is Skrillex EDM? Am I crazy? Or is that
Was that?
He is EDM.
okay? Like Dead Mouse.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen Dead Mouse
Skrillex.
live.
from what I
That's cool.
understand. EDM, the electronic dance music, is what the term you would use into reference of the whole culture and subculture of dubstep, house, techno, electronic, hard step, that step, left step, right step, fucking all of it.
That's a lot of steps.
It's a lot of steps. One, two fish.
One too many. For
One,
me.
two fish. One, two
There's
fish.
two-
One
one
fish,
fish,
two
two
fish.
fish.
Red fish, blue fish.
1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4, 5 step, 6 step, 7 step more.
Yeah, that was a fun time, bro. David Guetta, all those. I see. And the crazy thing is, I was in Vegas so much during that time that it was just like normal music, and I absolutely loved it.
I just loved walking around a rave and people are just
Fried out of their
Oh,
brains.
I did not know what you were. I thought you were teeing up for a crazy fucked up.
they're just like biting. Like they can't fucking help themselves, and they just got lights in their face. They're just.
Well, there's some people that are very serious about that shit too, like the fucking finger rave shit.
Yeah. I had one of my cousins was big into it. He had the gloves, and he like brought all of us into a dark room. Wait, chill out. The whole like family.
Hello.
Into a dark room, and he's like, guys, turn off the. Or it wasn't dark yet. He's like, turn off the lights. And then we were like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And then you like push play on this shit, and then he would like do his whole. And I was like, damn, okay.
Hey, you're pretty good at that, dog. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, but if somebody does that shit in front of your actual face, high or not, that shit's sick.
It looks cool.
I like it.
I was impressed when you did it. Like, this is sick.
Yeah, the lights are even designed a certain way too to even give them the effect that the MDMA and whatever is already inducing. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I've seen dudes with like $600, $700 get-ups because every single light, the gloves. Then they got palm gloves. They got ones on the back. They have these ones that do this and do that. Like, it's tight. Yeah.
Hey,
I like the ones that like you're able to like I've seen ones where you're able to like you pinch it and like glows and then they'll like toss it around. That shit is cool. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, the synchronization because you're like clicking it, right? Turns it on. And then you're acting as if you throw it. When you do the throwing motion, you also got to click this at the same time so it looks like it went over. Bro, dude, doing that, like, I'm going to sound like a tweaker. I'm sorry. But, dude, I just remember being, like, fucked up one time. And I was, like doing it. And I was like, yo. And then I was, like, switching fingers. And then, in, like, the lights. And I was just like, yo, bro, I was there for a cool minute. Like, I was having a jolly good old time, bro.
All right, Korpsx, drop it on us, bro. What you got? Damn.
Dropped it.
Bring the gavel down. No, I was like, because you guys know I'm in the trades, right? Yep. And so I stumbled across.
Oh, we talking about financial shit now.
No. Matter of fact, not at all. It could be romantic, I guess, in a sense. But I came across on a TikTok. Shout out. This young man who was don't say that, who was chiseling stone. He was a stonemason, bro, and his work was phenomenal, right? Like the stuff that I was seeing him do, and it made me wonder. And I know people have asked the question, but like, why don't we build stuff like that anymore? Have we asked that question on this podcast?
Why don't build?
Why don't we build what? Like stone shit?
Okay, I came across this video about the Taj Mahal, where the Taj Mahal at certain points of the day is a certain color, and at another point of the day it's another color. That the whole building is one huge optical illusion. And the Taj Mahal was built, right? This is why they could be romantic in a sense. I mean, he built it for his wife, allegedly. So
everything is allegedly. Forever alleged. You're saying why don't we build shit like that anymore anywhere?
Why don't we? Yeah, nowhere.
Well, you can't build that shit in the States, bro.
Why?
Too many natural disasters. Where in California are you gonna build a stone anything that can withstand an earthquake? Where in
Okay,
Florida are you
let's
gonna?
not even say
But-
anywhere that they've had them before. Why do none of them? Why has there not been one erected in the last 400 years?
Well, I mean, I can tell you, it's culturistic here. That's why we don't build it here. But you're talking about anywhere else in the world?
There was a point. I mean, there was a cool point in even in America where we had very beautiful architecture. You know what I mean? But what happened?
Cost,
You think it's cost?
technology. It's easier to put up cookie cutter houses than it is to build stone houses anymore. Bro, come to San Diego and literally it's apartments on top of cookie cutter homes, on top of hotels, on top of apartments. It's fucking getting ridiculous. Ridiculous. But that's why. Cost.
I think we just devalue it. Hell, I don't think it's cost. No, because if you think about like who erect these buildings, they're not individual buyers. They're like sometimes governments. They're sometimes like I'm trying to think. Wasn't it like the whole saying of like Rome wasn't built in a day? Was it really like one person who's like, let's just build that whole structure, or was it the Romanian,
No, but it was cultural, like I
Empire?
said. It was cultural, like I said, though.
But even within like our states, you're saying like the what is it called? The architecture. The architecture was like way different back then. But I just don't think it's
In different areas, though. Like east, south, and west were all different. The architecture is completely different.
yeah, I think that's still the case. Right? Like
You have lost on what you're saying then.
You have like lodges and I'm talking about like grand structures, if I'm understanding the question right. Like more grand structures that are gonna be like, this is gonna be here for generations. Like nobody's building shit like that because it's just not important to us anymore. Right now.
Well, why?
Well, that is another thing because gladiators aren't fighting anymore, bro.
But also,
no,
we're
no,
just
no,
not-
but this is okay. So this is where I'm at. I think that we just simply lack the conviction to do it, right? And you can wrap it with all these things together, and say it's simply the conviction of saying, I have pride in my own work, and I want my work to stand the test of time, right? These people back then, right? Who you calling these people? Now, these people back then built better with less than what we are today, right? So why is it that any business owner or even a tradesman would want to walk forward and say, okay, I'm willing to put this out there, right? This is what I'm going to build for you. This is what I'm going to make for you. Right.
It's like what he's saying, bro. There's no need for it anymore.
I think we just lack like even a symbol to like stand behind for the thing. Like if we erect like a building, people are like, well, why are we even doing this? It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be here for a long time. There's no like symbolic reason to like even do something like that right now.
Yeah, Taj Mahal is symbolic, right? The pyramids were symbolic.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't
symbolic.
Wasn't like the
Colosseum symbolic.
Yeah, wasn't the pyramids like especially that? Wasn't that a tomb for their pharaohs?
Kings.
Yeah.
No, that's being more and more contested day by day because like.
But it's not that it wasn't.
Didn't they find Pharaoh?
I do believe though, yes, in
2 seconds.
one of the pyramids, they found a mummy.
Multiple pharaohs. But it was more so for the sake of, well, the pyramids is so different. It's because I love the fucking pyramids. The chambers in there were set up for your soul to go to the gods. Ultimately just Ra, but oh no, we got Putch on Google.
What happened? Wait, now
Putch is
everybody
looking
got
like
glasses on.
There's been
yes, sir.
at least five known pharaohs to have been. No.
Yeah, but look up the percentage of the pyramids that they've explored.
So the issue is that there has been mummies buried there. There's records to prove it, I guess, but then they've been looted at the same time. So the number could be way, way out there.
Who the fuck wants a dead body?
Because I had heard somebody say there was never a pharaoh buried or ever found in the pyramid. I was like, wait.
Well, where the
Like,
fuck you
no.
think they found King Tut, dog?
King Tut.
I mean, they could have found his body, right? But not in the pyramid, though. And could have proved that he was a pharaoh and all these things, and maybe even embalmed or, went through the mummification process there, but wasn't maybe buried there.
I'm pretty sure they found his whole shit there. The whole sarcophagus.
I'm starting to believe that those pyramids.
Tin hat time, guys. This segment is
Bro,
called
big tin hat.
Punch's
Whenever
tin hat.
Putch has a tin hat moment.
Yeah. This is Punch's tin hat
With
moment.
all love, Putch.
Whatever the capstone was, right? Again, these men had convictions, so they built the pyramids are more than a tomb. I used to just simply think like, they just put these dead people there, mummy. They were important. They had a little room that they laid the body in.
Nah, hell nah.
Well, yeah. So so that was before was a very remedial thought, and then once I started learning, it's like I'm not going to say like, oh, some space aliens came here and it's a generator for energy and this and that, but
you're talking about ancient aliens right now.
Here we fucking go, bro. We just flipped the whole subject. Why don't we build stone shit anymore? And now we have alien powered fucking energy in the Great Pyramids. You've been watching Transformers?
No, some dudes will go that far. Some dudes have went as far to be like the Anunnaki built, and I don't like those, right? Because then they say, well, they built the Aztec and the Mayan pyramids. And I'm like, well, nah, fuck that, right? Because just like the Egyptians, right? Like, because not to sound like racist, right? Like, or like supremacist or whatever, right? Like, no one's going to tell me that Native Americans aren't smart enough, right? That they're not smart enough to build pyramids. So no one's going to sit here and tell me that these Egyptians weren't smart enough to build these pyramids, right? Now, I also know the Egyptians were into some wild black magic type shit. Like back then they were practicing crazy stuff. So I think the pyramid was more than just the burial. It was definitely more than just the burial place, whether it was harnessing power from that. I don't know. It's a stretch. It's fun.
Okay, so here's the concept that I've heard, and I will die on this hill, and I believe it to be true. You guys know who Graham Hancock is?
Yes.
No.
Okay. You don't know who Graham Hancock is?
I've never heard. No.
He's like this fucking. He studies ancient civilizations.
Skinny white dude, right?
Yeah, with glasses. Yeah, and he questioned. So what he did was he was questioning when we were saying ancient civilizations have been around for this many years. He's like, nah, that's fucking impossible. There's no way. It's been around way longer than that. So he's doing all these studies, and then they found Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe. Yeah.
Göbekli Tepe, which was fucking buried. It was a huge civilization buried underground, like years and years of dirt and fucking rain and all this shit, like buried this place, and they fucking found it, and they were like, oh yeah, civilizations have actually been around longer than we thought. Same thing when they found the woolly mammoth here in San Diego. They were like, oh shit, they've been extinct less time than we thought. So his theory is that in most of these ancient civilizations where they go, there's always some type of image of a man with a bag, and then they think that it's the medicine men. So what these people would do, what they believe, is that all these people were a group, and they found all these ways to do healing. They found architecture, like blueprints and things of that nature. And then they were like, okay, well, we don't have any fucking maps or anything. So you go that way, you go this way, I'll go this way, he goes that way. And we're just going to fucking see who we find. And we're just going to teach them everything that we know. And that's why Mayan, Aztec, Egyptian, that's why they all have pyramids, because they had the schematics, but it wasn't the same person teaching them. It was just this group of medicine men that went separate ways and taught them different shit. That's why a lot of holistic medicines and shit, that's how they all know that shit. And all of them are similar.
Architecture alone too is, if you really look at its root, bro, is it's a liberal art, fam. Architecture is liberal art, right? Like when people built shit, it wasn't like there was no blueprint. There was no blueprint, right? The dude walked up, he said, I want it to look this way, and here you go. Boom. It's going to be this high here, boom, boom, boom. And then they start measuring it out, and then they start carving it out, and then they start getting here and then there. Like, you know, it's this layer over layer of like getting in there and working with this stone, you know, like it's a liberal, it is a liberal art. And I do, when I've heard those theories of like, oh, these guys, yeah, like there must have been some group of people who came together and shared all this knowledge and blah blah blah. It's like, oh, was like these, was this the beginning of like the creation of like the pyramids in whatever hemisphere they were in? Like, was that the creation of liberal arts where people could freely think, right, and freely express and have like beautiful architecture, like, you know, like they could have beautiful architecture that they erect to honor them, to honor the people, like, you
Where
know
is
what I
this
mean?
coming from? Where is this coming? Like, oh, you said TikTok. I was like, where the fuck? Like, what did you see that made you think about this shit? But you said TikTok.
Well,
Yeah, I don't.
it's just amazing, bro. It's
Well,
amazing.
like I said, in my opinion, it's a cultural thing. Because if you look at like Samoans and shit like that, they're still doing that type of shit. Maybe not with stone, but they're still doing it with wood carvings and different shit like that. So it still happens. People are still doing it. They just don't live here because we're a bunch of unculturalistic fucks. What do we have? What stone monuments do we have? The fucking Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, like what last great architectural artistic task has been attempted and accomplished in any level? Like I think Mount Rushmore is the last real dated thing that we know about.
But if
How
you
old
think
is
about
how
it
old is
too,
Taj Mahal?
if you, I have no idea. Google it. You have Google right there.
I
But
will
think
say,
about it
I
like
think
this.
it's probably a fusion of two things though. Like you probably have a combination of like just lack of drive of the society to want to build stuff like this, and then on the flip side, also you might, I don't know, this could be completely false, but also like when do we have like generational architectural genius like that to the point where you're literally creating structures that will, depending on the time of day, like have a totally different perspective of how the light is like refracted off the windows, so that way like waves are projected on the wall, or you know what I mean, or just like something else, like the room is experienced differently depending on the type of day. I feel like you just don't have people like visionaries like that. That's just not like like every generation gets one. It's like once in maybe 10 generations or whatever.
No, it's true. And think about it. Like if you think about a lot of these structures, they were built for something or someone. Like I'm thinking about what we have here, right? We have the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, or the the memorial. That's what it's called, right? With big ass Abe sitting in a chair. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
In Washington?
yes.
Yeah,
Lincoln Memorial. Yeah, yeah. Then we have Mount Rushmore. They were built for people. The fucking
and,
pyramids built for somebody.
and I mean,
Taj Mahal built for somebody.
there's still like statues and stuff. Obviously, not to like the level of Abe Lincoln. That man is big as fuck on that chair. But you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
people
the
still do
Rushmore-
statues though.
yeah.
But no, I mean, dog, I'm talking about.
We're talking about faces on the side of mountains.
Yeah, you know, and I just really think too.
And also,
I just don't think like the mind back then was as cluttered as it is now, right? And I feel that back then, this is going to get a little Masonic. So back in the day, right, a man was paid his wages if any were due. And I say it that way for a reason. If any be due, right? So you work, you get paid, boom. And after a while, that's how you get the crafts, right? And these societies who build themselves up, because the secret was how they built the thing, right? How did I build this thing? And inside the building, this thing, you teach little lessons to your son. right? Or your kid brother who's on this project with you, right? And you teach him the lesson. So every time he cuts that fucking piece of wood, he remembers, oh, big brother taught me this. And there's the stupid little lullaby that you teach him to fucking, like do the thing. And then that gets you to the next project, that gets you to the next one, that gets you to the next one. And that was what you had. And that was it. There was nothing else. There was like, we say, oh, it's faster to build it this way. Cool. I don't think that the ancients were so stupid to say, well, you know what, guys, we're going to build this beautiful thing with all its intricacies, and this is going to be exactly the fastest way to do it. They knew it was going to take fucking forever, and they still decided to do it. They still decided to go that way.
I think that's like a perfect example of like where we're at, though. Like, as a society, we've deemed it most important to do things as quick as possible instead of as long lasting as possible. And maybe there's a turning point where like it's like, all right, well, we actually need to take our time with this stuff. Maybe we have enough stuff that we can, stop doing it fast and start doing it the best. But right now, this is just American society has just said we want the best in the fastest amount of time as possible. Doesn't mean it's the best it could be. It's just as fast as it could be. And
we had this conversation when you brought up the McDonald's with the robots working instead of workers. Remember we had this conversation? No, you guys remember?
I don't think so.
We don't.
I don't remember.
We've had a lot.
We look for efficiency. We look for efficiency and time over perfection.
Absolutely, yeah. You want the best burger? You're going to a sit down. It's going to take a while restaurant. You want a burger? How fast do you want it? You want it from the window to your, you're pulling out the wall to your wallet. That's it. Like you're going to McDonald's.
Do you believe though that the loss for the admiration of beauty adds to the hysteria that we feel?
No, because beauty differs for everybody. What you find beautiful doesn't mean that I find it beautiful.
And I think it does. I think what is nice is that it's all ebb and flow, right? Like there will be people who really appreciate, and I think in times of maybe not crisis is a little bit like dramatic, but in times of like when people are in need of that long lasting fulfillment, there will be people who will be there to say, look, here it is. And then you could take a moment and appreciate whatever's been there or whatever will be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I find liberal art extremely beautiful, but that doesn't mean that every piece of art I find beautiful. When I was in New York, I made it a point to go and see the 9/11 memorial. And when I was walking through the actual building itself, beautiful. But then I went to the actual site and it was like this. It's like this big fucking square. Deep down with water flowing through it. And I was like, I understand the concept. Definitely not good looking though. Like it's literally just a big ass box.
Oh, that's wild.
50 feet down with water in it. And I thought it was going to be way better than this.
I thought it was beautiful. Because I've gone to that more, and then I've gone to that museum. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And I was going to say, that's probably another like long lasting what will be there. And exactly what I said, a symbol where we were all unified against, a wrongdoing, right? Like whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, we were all unified in the sense that this is our people. You don't fuck with our people, no matter how much we, might disagree with each other. We were all together in that moment that we knew it was wrong and we could stand together. And then that like symbolizes that whole thing.
And that was the last time. That was the last time we were all together. You really think about it.
Yep. Then never mind.
What were you gonna say?
Let's keep going. But I think
I know you're going with that.
I think that was probably one of the last like big things that'll probably stay there for a long time. Maybe not forever. Forever's a long time, but
forever is never ending.
Some say. Some would say that.
That's just what I heard, though. I do agree with you, though, Korpsx, that there should be more, but people just don't care about that anymore. People don't care about it.
I think right now, like I said, I think it's ebb and flow, right? Like sometimes you have moments where you're doing everything as efficiently as possible, and then there has to be a ricochet where it's like, maybe we do things the best way we can. Doesn't matter the time span. But there are like pockets of that, right? Like not everything could be in that mode because then we wouldn't have anything for like years. And then it's like, boom, here's the best burger ever. It's like, bro, I was hungry like 6 years ago. I'm dead now.
Low key.
Like not everything could be in that state. But I agree. I agree with that.
Fair enough.
But it will happen. And art still exists. It's just the way art is being made is now different. You know what I mean? Like, let me put it to you like this. With technology, there's new ways to make cooler art because of how we live now. Like, one that I've really been into is like, have you ever seen those people that draw on their iPads and they'll draw like this beautiful fucking picture and then you zoom in and zoom in and zoom in and there's another fucking picture inside hidden and then there's another one. Like, that's cool as fuck. And you could never create that with
paper.
Mother Nature or paper.
Although maybe you could. But I don't know.
It's just different, bro. Like, we're changing with the times. That's all it is. But I agree. I love beautiful shit. Like I love going to museums. Did I tell you that I went to the Van Gogh Museum when I was in New York too?
No, that's cool though.
Bro, it was sick as fuck. I like got to see a lot of his paintings, learn his story, and then they have this huge room, and it just has projection all over the fucking ceilings and the walls and shit, and you just sit in there, and then it'll show like one of his paintings, and then it'll like come to life throughout the whole room. I sat there for like an hour and a half. It was the sickest shit in the world.
That's what it's like.
That's that.
All right, interesting segue. Did anybody else receive text messages to their phone asking what you have them saved under in their phone? Or was that just me?
I think it was just you.
That was definitely just you.
Let's not talk about that type of shit on pod anymore.
What?
I definitely got text messages to my phone saying, what do you have my phone number saved under? Or I'm curious, what do you have my phone number saved under? Like, damn, dog.
When did we talk about it? Did we talk about this last pod?
week? Yeah.
What was the topic? What the hell were we talking about?
Oh, no, it wasn't. I'm so sorry. I'm blending my streams together. It was during a video game stream.
Oh, bro. I was like, wait, what?
What
I
happened?
was just curious. Okay, this is the perfect time to bring this up. When you guys save people in your phones, like, okay, D, for example, if you had my phone number saved and then I got a new number, are you editing my name?
No.
Or are you saving a new
number?
No,
I'm just switching out the number.
Yeah, so you would edit and put my new number in.
Yeah.
Korpsx?
New number.
Yeah, right.
New number, new contact, right?
No, new number, same name, new number. Just delete the old one, new number.
See, I'm lazy as fuck, bro.
No shot. No. You're actually working. You're actually not late. You're working twice as hard.
Why am I working twice as hard?
Because if you're creating a whole new contact,
all I have to press is add.
No, stop.
New name.
Because check this out. Now, every time that I text you or that you want to text me and you go look at my name,
I'll put you under something different. I'll put you under something different.
That's ridiculous.
Like my homie Gabe, for example, right? I'm gonna dox my homie right now. Gabriel Aldana
puts out
his name,
number.
okay? I have like 5 different numbers for him.
I
have Gabe, I have Gabe Aldana, I have Aldana, I have Gabriel motherfucking Aldana, and I have Gabe Zords. 5 different numbers for him.
But for 3 of those, if you put Gabe in the search bar, you're getting 3 contacts.
Yeah, but psychologically, I know who I'm looking for.
No, hell no. That's crazy.
Yeah, dog.
No, that's too much work.
That's what I'm saying. You're not lazy. You're doing way more work than I am.
Nah, dog. Lazy.
And, dude, I don't even save people under like nicknames and stuff anymore.
There's no shot you have me under Cisco Ramirez in your phone.
Definitely.
I have you under Cisco.
Lying.
Definitely.
You know what? I have Damien under Damien Spectrum.
Oh, I do too, because I started putting where I met people. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, Joe from this place that I met you at, and then Joe from Spectrum, and then and I'm like, fuck, bro, I don't remember who's who. So then I put
But if you're the only person that I've ever met that has that name, you don't get the second part.
You don't get the tag.
Yeah.
No, you don't get the tag. You don't get the tag. Because I've had a nightmare happen before. I just talked about this today.
Well, I just know too, I know in emergency situations, if they get somebody on the phone and they're like, oh, like me, right? It was hard to track me down when my pops passed away because they didn't know my real name.
Mm.
So when they were calling around, they were like, "Oh, we're looking for a Putch, like Putch Andrade." They're like, "Putch? He doesn't have a son. He has a Putch, Ronald the second." Like, yeah, give us his number. So yeah. So no, I do a lot of full names so that people.
So you got me down as just Damien.
Damian Ramirez.
Whoa, my
That's
whole last
wild,
name.
bro. People that have me saved in their phone with my first and last name. At least you have me under Cisco and not Francisco. That would drive me.
Yeah, I don't think no one. I've never heard anyone call you.
Now I gotta change it.
That's because nobody but Peanut's mom or calls me that, or my parents if I'm in trouble. Nobody calls me Francisco.
Yeah, never ever.
Like the last 2 jobs, Yelp and Spectrum, I did a name change to be called Cisco specifically.
That's true.
It's crazy. I also want to give a shout out to D because motherfucker pulled up to Peanut's birthday.
Oh yeah,
Topped it up, met all my homies.
I gotta pull up for the little legend,
And he brought my son a sick ass book. He watched me get emotional. All right, hold on. Let me tell this story real quick. I got 2 stories to tell from the birthday party.
Okay.
You want the good one? You want the emotional one or the funny one first?
You
Who,
pick.
me? Oh,
Somebody pick.
I want the funny one.
All right. I don't think you had gotten there yet. Did you get there when I kicked everybody out the fucking?
No. You told me about this, but
So check this out, bro.
give me
So
2
these
seconds.
little motherfuckers. Oh, so here and I got a jumper to put it at the park, right? And it was like a jumper part, and then it had like this little ladder, and it went into a little slide, but it was like a castle. So on the slide part, there's like these 2 pillars and this thing that comes across, but it's fucking flimsy like this. And these kids kept jumping on the shit. And I'm thinking in my head, bro, if these little fuckers rip the shit, I gotta pay for it when the jumping people get here. But second of all, like if somebody gets hurt, I'm liable. It's my fucking kid's birthday party. So I told these badass little fucks, get off of the thing 3 times. And I did it loud, bro. So all the parents could hear me. Because I was in the middle of a conversation. I'm not about to walk over there and be like, hey guys, can you guys get down? I was like, get off the thing 3 times. I told them on the 3rd time, if anybody does it again, everybody's out of the jumpy. They tested me, dog. So they got up there. I said, everybody out. I kicked every kid out that fucking inflatable. And I was like, nobody goes back in for 20 minutes. Bro, every parent was looking at me like I was the craziest motherfucker in the world. And then Tiara and her mom were both like, 20 minutes is too long. Just do for like 5 minutes. And I was like, fuck no, why y'all didn't say the shit when I was protecting the jumpy thing? Like, I gotta live here, you don't. It was funny, but they want to playing at the park anyways and then going back in. But I was the mean dad, bro. But fuck that shit. I'm not about to pay extra money. And then so here's the emotional one. So we were opening presents, and Peanut has this his best friend at school. His name is Tristan, bro, and they do the cutest fucking shit with each other. It blows my mind. Like they'll match with each other on Twin Day, and Peanut's mom and her mom are always in contact, so they go on play dates together and shit like that. And they'll make each other little books, and it's fucking sick as fuck. And it's cool to see that friendship and how close they are. So Peanut's opening all these gifts, and then Tristan comes over. And Tristan's funny, bro. He always says, "Way's dad," and I always like, "What's up, Tristan? What's up, buddy?" But so Tristan comes over with his little voice, and he's like, "Here, Way," and bro, Peanut opens his card, and it's like this elaborate fucking birthday card that you could tell Tristan wrote out, and it had a little picture of him and Peanut together. And bro, that shit just made me emotional. Like I was like, somebody give me some glasses because I'm starting to cry. Damien came over, gave me his glasses, and that shit really brought me to tears because, man, it's so. I always talk about children like this, and I will forever talk about children like this. The innocence is absolutely beautiful. Like if you don't teach these kids bad shit or don't allow them to do bad shit, then you will just watch the most amazing love blossom. And seeing those two together and allowing their love to blossom together as best friends, that's my version of liberal art, the masonry. That's my version of it, and I loved it. And I will cry in front of anybody. I don't give a fuck.
was really cute. When I saw the car, I was like, oh shit, that is really cute.
Camaraderie.
It's the best, bro.
I
It was
think
the
those
best.
things are lost these days. I think that there's not enough. I think, and that's one thing you hear, and I don't know if it's a tale as old as time, but you hear it a lot. Is this like guys who get older and they're in different groups? They say they're looking for camaraderie, or they enjoy the camaraderie of their teammates or their coworkers or whatever, and that's something that men seek in these spaces. And it's like, and so seeing it from children is, it's immaculate.
Yeah, man, it's it's really non-existent anymore, and it blows my mind how non-existent it is. Right, like I was saying, D got to meet all my friends that I've had for 20 years, and it was funny because we went back and what we always do whenever we're all together is we sit in a circle and we just grab like a case of drinks, a beer, or whatever it is, and we just sit and talk, right? And I asked my mom, I said, Mom, is it weird seeing us grown up still doing the same thing? And the one thing that my mom said to me, she said, I just don't know how you guys have anything else to talk about.
Yeah.
Bro, your mom is so funny. Like chat, like I think you guys were cutting the cake and you guys had that knife. And I was like, oh man, that's a cool knife. And she happened to be like standing next to me and she's like, oh, that's my knife. And then she told me about like how the knife works and like why she had it. And I was like, that's so cool. Like I kind of just want one of these knives just because it's like it makes more sense.
You see where the talking thing comes from? My mom.
Yeah, she chats. It's cool. It's cool to see.
She's the chatter, bro. It was funny. I give her a hard time because I always say, "What's up, dog?" to my mom, and she's like, "I'm not your dog. Mama bear, but not your dog." She's funny, bro. Yeah, she's had that knife since I was like 10. That knife might be older than you, dog.
That's wild. Yeah, it looked brand new.
Yeah, she loves that thing. She made all the fruit platters and everything. That was a long day. I was over it. I was fucking over it. But I appreciate you for coming through, man. Thank you so much. It meant a lot. And Peanut loves his book.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. Just did you see how much shark shit he got?
Yeah, he got a list.
Motherfuckers know he loves sharks.
Battle
cats and sharks, bro. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool to see. Yeah, no, your kid is a legend. We were even talking about it. We went to my parents' house afterwards, and we were talking about the party and Peanut after, because we were just, it's just crazy how much he knows. Like we were telling my parents, we're like, bro, sometimes he'll know things that he doesn't even know how to like necessarily pronounce, but he knows like the thing. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy to see that he's like, oh, I don't know what it's called, but like this is the type of, I think they were talking about like jellyfish and it's like the category of species that they are. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Not only do I not know how to pronounce this, but I don't even know, like, I didn't even know that was a category. I didn't even think about like the category that you're talking about.
Yeah, he had jellyfish on his mind because I took him to SeaWorld the day before. Tara and I took him to SeaWorld because he had been waiting for the jellyfish exhibit to open for like a year.
Right. Yeah.
And we waited in line for over an hour to go in and see it. Damn. And he was chilling the whole time because he was so hyped to go in there. And he knew every fucking jellyfish in there, bro. It was wild. As soon as we walk in, that's an upside down jellyfish. And I was like, why are they upside down? And he was like explaining to me how they live.
That's so cool.
I'm like, how the fuck do you know all this stuff, bro? And his memory is insane. It's insane. I could talk about Peanut all fucking day long.
Yeah, bro.
What you got pondering, Korpsx?
No, I'm just listening, dude. The kids, bro. It's just crazy thinking they're, because they're roughly the same age and they're just getting big, man.
Man, yesterday was it was a hard day because yesterday Peanut had a game and he was playing third base, and 2 times there was a runner headed to third. He put his foot on the base and had his glove out ready for the ball, and he missed the ball 2 times. And he got pretty bummed out. I could see it on his face. And as he's walking back to the dugout to get ready to go hit, I just saw him lose it, bro, and start crying. So I was like, I'm gonna let his coaches do their thing, calm him down. But then he got like really fucking emotional. So I was like, all right, let me go over here, see what's going on. And he was hysterical, bro. Like he couldn't catch his breath and just crying. And so I finally, because I can't talk to him if he doesn't calm down. Yeah. So I'm like, you need to calm down. Because if I ask him, like, what's bothering you. He'll try and get a word out, and then he'll just get hysterical again. So it took me like 3 to 4 minutes. Finally calmed him down, and I was like, "What's going on, man? What's like? Why are you crying? What's going on?" And he said, "I feel like I let my teammates down." And I was like, "Oh." So I had to do the dad thing and come up with something on the spot to help him get back on the field. So I said, "Son, you didn't let your team down because you guys are all learning and you're new." But he got passed up on the batting list because he was crying. I said, "But because you're sitting out here crying, thinking that you let your team down, now you're letting your team down because you're one of the best hitters on the team and you're not up there helping score points. So we got to get you back out there." And he was like, "Okay, I can do it." So he went, bro, and then he fucking bombed the ball. The best hit I've ever seen him hit. This motherfucker hit the ball all the way to the grass. Like didn't roll to the grass. He hit the ball to the grass and then it rolled out and hit a triple. And I was like, see? And then, we did the whole back and forth thing. Like, okay, let's do better. So, yeah, he's getting dropped off tomorrow so we can fucking practice after he had practice today. That's man. Being a dad is not easy, but it's fucking fun as shit and stressful.
Yeah, I refuse to be Elijah's coach on anything. I refuse. I'll go watch though, but I refuse it. No, thank you.
Is it because you're the same as me and you get too into it and you're like, "What are you doing? Come on, man. Run after the ball. Get your glove down."
Well, I know how I am as a coach. I've coached. I know how I am as a coach, and I'm not going to coach my son that way. Like, he just, it would be hard on me because I heard it in The Last Dance, and I was like, I knew what the feeling was like, but I didn't know how to put it in words. Was there is no greater service that you can do for a talented player than to coach them hard, right? And so I know, like, I think because I'm his dad, there's already that facetious thing that we think like our child's special, like, so it's like I would coach him a little harder than the other kids, a little undeservingly. So, a little more critical. And I think that especially in dance, right, where this is like a very expressive thing, and there's though that there's technique, it's not as a technically repetitive thing like a baseball or a football or a basketball, like with those type of mechanics. You know what I'm saying? And being uber critical on somebody when they're trying to have a visual expression of themselves, I think isn't always the best. It isn't always the best thing. It can be very hindering.
Yeah, but you and I both know that when it comes to competitive dance, that shit is all out the window. Because they ain't no fucking expression. Everybody has to be in unison. Your facials is it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I would say from my experience with competitive dance was like, you don't have your own style anymore. You don't have this anymore. Like, this is how you're going to do this. If you don't do, and you gotta do it 100% full out for 6 fucking hours, and then if you still fuck it up, you got to keep going.
See, and it has changed the dance scene, especially in the competitive era, where you had like maybe small, very freestyle moments, and everything else was very clean, very technical, right? It started to open itself up a little more. And I would still say the expression is still itself inside the choreo. And when you even take a further step back and look at the whole set, right? And I think that's where, you see the levels of artistic. I mean, I can go into it for hours, but when I look at the complete body, the whole stage, every member, what is this expression? And if I'm talking to a young choreographer, I don't want to be too critical of what they're putting out there, because it's like, I don't want you to feel down. I want you to feel inspired, right? Because what you're doing is good. It's good. Me as a judge, though, I would want to see this here, this there, that there, and this here. Homie needs to work on his timing, and girl in the back corner needs to work on that little boom boom part right there. All right, cool, bet, run that. Right, like that's there has to be. It's like the strong, gentle parenting, right, where you're very firm with your child, but at the same time they know they know they're loved. They just fucked up a little bit, right? So it's like not no, my dad. Like, I don't want that from him, so that's why I wouldn't coach him. I would
Yeah,
want
That's
him
why I
to-
say parenting's hard but fun. Go ahead, D. My bad.
Sorry, I was gonna say. I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about parenting, but I was gonna say in terms of like a more expressive medium, maybe like the only way I could even understand that is like doing videos and stuff like that, where whatever you feel like you've done, whatever you feel like, however you're expressing it is done, you feel like that's the best representation. But then when somebody has like notes on it, it feels weirdly exposed. And then they're critiquing like really what you've done and what you feel is like right for that expression. And then giving you that notations of like, oh, I think this could be like in my world, it's like I think this part of the video doesn't like really convey what you want it to, and like you can cut this and cut that and make this a little bit shorter, like switch out the music here. And as little as those things might be in terms of like the timing of the moves or whatever it may be, it still feels a little like, oh, but this is like the thing I like, and I like this, and you're critiquing my raw like decision and who I feel like I want to represent myself through this medium right now in an expressive format, maybe not like in a sport. Sport's a little bit different, I feel like.
I get you. Are you saying like almost like when I was like, don't hold the microphone when you do your videos? You're like, but I really like holding the microphone when I do my videos. And that's why I was like, do you, bro? I'm just telling you from me watching it, maybe just because it's you and I know how you used to do your videos and it was just something new to me. But yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I think I've done a mix of that, just to just to put that in there, but a mix of like holding it and not holding it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no, I definitely would be a unpaid assistant coach though of my son's team, just so I could be there. I'd be a towel boy. I'd be team dad. Just hanging out with the kids. Hey coach, what's up? Oh, you need this? All right, bet I'll run to the car. Boom, help them out. Make sure I can give kids rides and this and that. Like,
most of us are like that. Most of us are like that.
I'd love to be team dad and work out with the kids. Hey, you need me to make them run laps? All right, hey, you fools go run laps. Like, boom, there you go, coach. Was good. Like,
like when we did practice on I think Thursday last week, and it was pouring rain, and it was just the coach and myself, and so he had him in one. We did the batting cages. He had him in one day. I had him in the other with the batting machine, and I was like helping them with their form and shit like that. But yeah, I'm not coaching. My reason is completely different though, because I don't believe in that gentle shit. Like if you came to play the sport, you're about to fucking play the sport. That's the way I look at it. Like your parents paid all this money, and you must have told them that you still like playing baseball because you're in caps now. You're not in t-ball. You're not in fall ball. Like you're playing. Like the kids are pitching to each other now for 2 innings, and it's competitive. Like you get a trophy at the end of this. So we're gonna fucking play. We came to play. You know what I mean? So if you want to act up in the dugout, guess what? You're not fucking batting. You can run fucking pole to pole after the game. You don't want to go out and field balls at practice? Go run. Go home. We don't want you here. You know what I mean? That's how I've been. Probably because that's how I was coached when I was younger, especially in dance. Dance was the most brutal coaching I've ever been through in my life. Even like lacrosse wasn't even that bad. Dance was that bad. It was bad. So that's why I can't coach.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's why like I don't want. That's why I wouldn't coach Elijah, because I don't want him to see that side of me, right? Like a coaching side of me, because it's like, yeah, there is no fucking excuses. You know what I mean? Like water break, a water break. What'd you say?
Okay, I'm not that crazy.
Like you're thirsty. Hold on. Hey, guys, everybody, look at Elijah. Elijah has something that he would like to share with us. Go ahead, Elijah. Tell the team.
Jesus, bro.
Would you fucking look at that? Everybody, give him a round of a hand. He is thirsty. You know what you get for that thirst? You're gonna run laps, everybody.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's running laps. Dude, I remember I was coached like that in basketball, and I remember there was one day I was like it was after practice, and he's like, you know what you guys get for like fucking around in last week's game? Y'all get suicides.
Yeah.
We were like, fuck, bro. After an already like they were pissed practice. and we were doing suicides for I don't know how long, but I remember I like got off the line and they were like, "All right, everybody get ready." And I got up because I was like, "I'm gonna pass the fuck out right now. I'm so tired and I'm so thirsty." And I like stumbled towards him, and he's like, they like looked at me and they're like, "Yeah, he's about to pass out. Go get a little bit of water and then get back on the line." And I was like, "Bro, holy shit, I'm about to fucking pass out right now. Please."
Yeah, look, bro. You guys remember when I knocked Peanut's teeth out with the ball?
Oh yeah.
You didn't
I
know about
don't.
that, Corpse? So this was like what 2 years ago now, and I was grounding balls to Peanut with a baseball bat.
Was that 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago, dog.
Whoa, that's
Ow.
crazy.
Maybe a year ago.
I thought
Maybe a
I was
year
about to
ago.
say I thought it was last year.
Maybe a year ago. Yeah, a year ago.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm grounding balls to him off the bat, right? To try and get him to field better. Because he was fucking horrible at fielding. And I hit a ball and it caught a patch of grass and smacked him right in the fucking mouth and knocked his front 2 teeth out. And he cried and cried and cried. Then he was a G when there was one like still dangling. So I pulled it out and he was a G about it and he laughed and thought it was funny. And then he told everybody my dad knocked my teeth out and I looked like a fucking piece of shit, right? But after that, he was scared of the ball. Like he was scared of the ball. So you know what the fuck I did? I went out and I bought softer baseballs and I made him stand there and I fucking hit him with the ball over and over and over and over again. And I said, the ball's not going to do anything to you. It was a freak accident that you got your fucking teeth knocked out. Like that doesn't happen to everybody. And I just fucking kept pelting him with the ball. And now he's not scared of the ball like he was before. And then with fucking catching, I don't know why kids do this, bro. And maybe it just drives me nuts because like I'm into sports and he's trying to play sports. But when they try and catch a ball, they'll like flail their body or like fall on the ground and do all this shit. So you know what the fuck I made this motherfucker do? I made him stand in a bucket. You cannot get out of this bucket until you catch 10 balls. And that was the drill that we did every single day. You got to stand in the bucket. And then guess what? Now we took the bucket away and now he can catch the ball without standing in the bucket and falling on the ground. Like it's weird shit like that. But if I'm willing to put my kid through that shit to get him better, what the fuck do you think I'm willing to do with other kids' shit? You know what I mean? Yeah.
But also it's cool because you can take the time after to like zero in on the things that needs work on. That's nice.
Yeah, but I'm too like I get like that with I want to help every individual like that. You know what I mean? That's why like I couldn't coach. I spend too much time putting somebody in a fucking bucket.
Yeah, you got 3 kids on a bucket, and 3 more running, and then 3 more.
And nobody's playing baseball. Nobody's playing baseball, bro. They're all getting fucked up by a baseball somehow.
Bro, there was nothing better than like going to practice, right? Like I have my backpack, my water, the speaker, boom, speaker's on. The kids fall in, boom, we do our warm up, right? We get 100 jumping jacks, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, boom, out the way. Stretching, boom. Now we're doing some cardio, boom, 100 burpees, bang. Then we're learning, right? And then during learning, if you mess up, you do push-ups, right? And this is on your own accord. Because if I have to call you on your push-ups, then I'm making everybody do push-ups. If I tell everybody to do push-ups, I'm going to make you do a lot on my count, right? So just don't be an ass. Don't be I would tell them, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk, dude. Just do the push-ups, bro. So you watch the kids and then you start like noticing like, damn, they've probably done maybe 400 push-ups because we went ahead and practiced for 3 hours. Right. And every hour there was a water break, and the water break was maybe 10 minutes at best. Because I would start thinking, bro, and there would be times I'd make them run just because I didn't know like what to do with them. Like, yeah, I just like, and they're just like looking at me. They're like holding this like fucking retard, like, you know, like this stupid angle. And I'm just looking
nice
at
change
them.
of word. I like that.
Yeah. Trying to be better. And I'm just looking at them like, fuck, I don't know what to do with the next move. And they're just looking at me, and I could tell they're tired. And it's just like, go run. so they fucking like run slow so they can breathe. Like they're like damn near walking. It's like, yeah, I know, I get it. I've been there too. Because I liked being coached like that. I don't know, maybe that's like traumatic, but I liked being coached like that. I didn't like nice coaches. I wanted them to be tough on us. It was like it demanded from us, matter of fact.
I'd like go ahead.
No, No, if it's too foo fifi, it's just not for me. It's just not me.
Yeah, that's why gentle parenting is bullshit to me.
I think I
You know, we're
personally
all
like
traumatized.
I just like things to be explained why. I think, but I think that comes from like my mom really, because she never like really did anything without being like, this is the reason. Like there's a good reason why I'm doing X, Y, Z. Even in moments where she didn't necessarily say it right then and there was always like I made you do that because like in my opinion this X, Y, Z, is going to be good for you in the future. Whatever it could be. But as long as you let me know what's good. But if
Well, you and I had a conversation about this. Remember about why?
what
Like, if I tell Peanut to go do something and he asks me why, yeah, don't ask me why, dog. I just told you because I told you to go do it. Go do it. But then you hit me with your side of it, and I was like, okay, I understand it. I understand it now. Like, if I've never told him why,
yeah.
then I should probably tell him why. Like, if I'm like, yo, you got to take a shower before you go to bed, and he's like, why? And I'm like, go take a fucking shower because I told you to take a shower. But instead, I should probably be like, because your ass is gonna itch in the morning from being dirty, and your sheets are gonna be nasty.
Yeah.
And then if he ever asks me why again, then I'll be like, go fucking take a shower. I told you to take a shower.
Yeah, I already told you why. But also, I think I think it's just the showing of like the different, like I guess processes that kids will take. Because as a kid, I really appreciated the explanation and the understanding of what I was doing, versus just telling me to do something that's good for me. But other kids might be like, just tell me what to do and like be hard about it. Like I don't know, you know what I mean?
I don't think there's any kid that's like that.
Oh, never mind.
Who the fuck? What kid says, yeah, be hard on
Well,
me?
I don't think individuals who would like, I don't know if people are like thinking about it that much. You know what I mean? They just sometimes do things because they were told to do things, and then it kind of just became habit.
Doesn't that make life better?
You know what? I had one coach, bro. I asked why.
Oh shit!
One coach, and I remember, bro, we're shooting hoops, right? And we were getting skunked, Dick. We're getting skunked in these fucking games, and his son was one of our star players. He comes and starts coaching us, and I'm out here getting buckets. I'm out here fucking bricking shots, bricking shots. Like we're all bricking shots, bro. But we're throwing them up, boom, boom, boom. And he stops us and he goes, Coach tells us that he's going to join the coaching staff, right? And he had a couple things he wanted to say. And one of the things was that we needed to follow our rebounds. He's like, so we're going to run the scrimmage and you guys are going to follow your rebounds. He's saying, if you don't follow your rebounds, you're going to run laps. All right. Boom. We should not even 2 seconds in, we're all running laps. I remember asking, like, why are we all fucking running laps, bro? This is stupid. Why are we doing this? And then he literally sat down the next practice and showed us all these videos of NBA players and all these different players that we looked up to who didn't follow their rebounds, right? And it was like, could you imagine the change of the game when you look at the stats, right? Like, I could tell you who's going to win a game based off of the amount of rebounds happening, turnovers, and assists. I can almost guarantee you, 90% guarantee, if you show me the numbers, I can tell you who won that game. Right? Mm-hmm. So just rebounds. Bro, we don't, like, if we could just out-rebound the fucking guys, we already increase our chances. So it was like, whoa. So after that, I never questioned a coach ever.
But see, that's the explanation. I would appreciate that. I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
but the explanation came after, D. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
No, but I'm fine. That's what I was saying. I'm fine with it coming after. And sometimes that's even more like of a lasting impression than you just telling me why.
So you're telling me right now, if I was like, yo, D, go do this, and you said why, and I'll say, I can't tell you right now, but just go do it. You're not gonna linger and fester for however long it takes me to tell you why.
No, probably not.
Like,
I probably do it, but then like, what the fuck was that for? Why'd you make me?
I can't tell you yet. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Right. If after I do it, you can't tell me that I'm not fucking doing it. Yeah.
So here's my thing, right?
I can't tell you yet.
When is yet? What can you tell me?
Tomorrow.
Because
right,
I'm a crew lead, right? I'm a crew lead, and a portion of my job is to train guys. So mind you, I'm standing on a roof, swinging from my asshole with a rope, and I'm trying to teach this young man, like, hey, this is what it feels like to drill through someone's rooftop. Bzz. Here, you feel that. Put the bzz. Okay, cool. This is what it feels like to drill into someone's rafter. Bing, bing, bing. Here, you feel. Bing, bing, bing. Okay, cool. I need you to drill in these screws into those rafters. Got me? Why?
I would have been like, get the fuck off the roof.
Did you not feel that like because my mind immediately goes to, did you not feel the difference of what I just showed you? Now with your own processing mind, I hand you this screw. Tell me which hole you would want to put that one in.
Sometimes people just need reassurance. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know.
There's no cure for stupidity, bro. So.
I don't even know what a rafter is, but it sounds more stable. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. Just based off of the ding, ding, ding.
Yes, the rafter is literally the beam, the piece of wood that's supporting the rooftop. Right? So where the house meets at its peak, right? Underneath it, like my fingers, these lines inside it would be your rafters, right? You would take that screw. Damn, I'm really blue collar. You take that screw, you drill that some bitch right there in that goddamn rafter there, Papa, okay? That some bitch gonna whirl in there. You hit it with some fucking goop, and that some bitch gonna stick there for at least 15, maybe 25 years. Goop. You smeared the goddamn not there and some bitch thingamajigger. I'm telling you, and you just because the plank, if you just go straight into the plank, I've shown people because I didn't give a fuck about this house. I've just ripped it out.
Damn.
Just like look at that. Like you see that?
See, look what happened. Now these motherfuckers gotta get a new roof.
Bro, no, I have fallen down roofs, no rope, and I'm tumbling, and I grabbed it like, oh shit, like, you know, and I just thank God every time, like, dude, that thing was in a rafter for sure. That thing's in a rafter, and like I'll stand up and fucking wiggle it, like, you know, like, yeah, baby, yes, that's, you know what that's called, good training right there, baby. Yes, they hit a fucking rafter. Yes, oh thank God, you know. So to me, the explanation, it's kind of like, I get it, because I do have the satisfaction of having something explained to me because I desire that knowledge. But at the same time, I just think the word why is so repulsive. Like in Spanish, right? Like you don't hear anyone say like to their mom like ¿qué? Right? They don't go like ¿qué? Like go like mande? Right? Right? Or am I wrong?
There's no true translation to why.
You just say ¿por qué?
But that means for what?
Or no, like
qué would be for what directly, but por
well, that's what I'm saying. Like true translation. I'm talking about true translation.
Yeah, but you use por qué as why.
There's no why in.
Why would you say that?
Because why shouldn't exist? Why shouldn't exist in any fucking language?
If we didn't have why, we wouldn't have.
I'm joking. I said like that strictly for you.
Or no, like no. What is it like? No, or no. What is it like? Like people don't say like what, they say mande, right?
Mm-hmm. It depends on who you're talking to, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's like formal, casual.
Which one would you say to your mom?
Mande.
You would say mande. Que is like your homie. Like que?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why is kind of repulsive to me when it seems like when we're in a learning experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting better with the why situation because no, seriously, the conversation that D and I had, because we were talking about generational trauma and all this shit, that shit, you know, I've been having that conversation a lot lately, apparently. But
I've been early on trying to get the left. What did he call it? The woke mind virus into this motherfucker forever.
Nah, not gonna happen, dog.
Soon he will adopt my trans ideology as well.
Dude,
okay?
What do you mean?
Hold on, what do you mean? Wait, what? Hold on.
Soon.
What the fuck do you mean your trans ideology?
He'll respect our they them soon. Okay.
Everybody no. Whoa.
Everybody,
don't make me out to be.
I see you out there. Nah, just kidding.
What the fuck have I ever said? I don't respect they them. Don't do that to me. I'm not trying to get canceled. Okay.
I'll just play.
Korpsx is enough for us to get canceled.
Whoa, Sage, you have said some disparaging things about the trans community on this podcast.
What the fuck have I ever said? What disparaging?
I vividly remember you saying that they do not deserve to have children.
Oh Jesus
What? Don't
Christ!
say that.
That was after
Chat,
Out of here.
after you came
Redo
back
the clip.
from New York.
Look,
Bro, you were on
bring
a
back the clip.
fucking wild one, bro. I was
I
like,
never
what?
said that they shouldn't have children. Hold
Don't
on,
know
I
if you
never
said
said they
that.
shouldn't have
Or it was
children.
like
Get the fuck
because
out
we
of
were
here.
talking about the trans community and adopting children. And it was something. It was
No,
definitely
no, no, no,
almost
no,
word
no,
for word.
no, no, no. I never said that.
Hold on,
I don't know if
I
this is
clipped
true.
it.
Fuck no.
I clipped it.
Oh shit!
All right, if you have the clip, send it to me. If I said that, I will admit to saying it, but I know for a fact I've never said that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
or
if he's
transgender
ever said
should ever
that.
have
I'd be
kids.
so surprised.
I've
if we have
always
a
been
clip.
very loving to everybody. Maybe
I don't know
I
if
don't agree with what they stand for, but that doesn't mean I don't love them.
I don't know if we have a clip. I would love
Nah,
to see it
we're
too, though.
just kidding.
He's gonna AI a clip of me fucking.
We're just
Transgender
kidding.
shouldn't have kids.
We're
Nah, canceled.
That would be.
No, no, no.
We're just kidding.
I can't believe you said that. That's funny. I actually had a conversation with somebody on the phone the other day that I was trying to make a sale to, and I sent him an email. And for Yelp, we're a very inclusive company, so everybody's what the fuck are they called? Pronouns.
Like
Pronouns
Oh, sure, yeah.
are on the emails. So I sent this guy an email, and he was very blue collar from like Idaho or some shit. He was from Idaho, and he was like, he, him, huh? Made you put your pronouns. And then I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to shit on fucking Yelp and be like, yeah, I didn't want to put those, but they made me. You know what I mean? But then later he was like, oh yeah, back in COVID, like I didn't get my vaccination, and I was like, me either. Saved me. I didn't either. But I just wanted to get on his side, and then made the sale, bro.
Nice.
I can't believe Korpsx just said that I said transgenders shouldn't have babies. That's so crazy. It doesn't even sound like something I would say.
I'm looking it up right
It
now.
might be. You might have
I'm
the
looking
clip.
it up right now.
I pulls out the
Nah.
clip.
Nah, it didn't happen. I promise you.
Pics or didn't happen.
No, I'm the same motherfucker that was arguing with Korpsx that Russian girl should be allowed to box.
Nigerian.
She should be allowed to box because she is a woman. She might have high tests, but
You should be able
she's
to
a
box, but with
full
dudes.
woman. Fuck no.
Oh, now we want it to be okay for women to fight dudes? Come on.
No, I don't.
Nah, you can't
No, I
do
don't.
Ride
that.
the same saddle,
Don't
dog.
allow it. Never.
I still don't. I wonder how they're going to end up fixing that, though. I
Oh,
do.
fixing what?
I've still been wondering that.
Fixing
Because-
what?
I think, truly,
Wait, are we about to go into
in
the
matter of fact,
Holy
well,
Trump
no,
spiral?
no. Matter of fact, I did want to ask on a small spot side note.
It's never small with this shit.
We
Okay.
about to
Yo,
spiral,
did
everybody.
you guys-
I have a question after this.
Did
Lock
you
in.
guys watch any of the podcasts with Gavin Newsom and Charlie
No,
Kirk?
not yet. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
I saw you
It was
post on
so
Facebook that it was good.
It was so
But I
good.
have yet to watch it because I don't want to talk about it on this podcast yet.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, okay.
'Cause I don't like
Out
Charlie. I don't like Charlie Kirk. I think he's a fucking prick. I agree with a lot of the shit that he says. I think he's a prick though.
He's a
And
prick.
You already know how,
Hold on,
you
hold on.
already
Let me look
know
it up.
how I
Really?
feel about
Fucking
Daddy
prick.
Newsom, bro. You already know how I feel about Daddy Newsom. That guy.
No, you can't. I swear, he just seems like a super villain. Like he just looks like the super villain from like a Scooby Doo
Let's try to correct
cartoon,
everybody.
You're gonna fucking pull the mask off of him and shit.
and it's him.
Wait, what? So
Him
wait,
again.
really quick. So Charlie Kirk and Newsom have a podcast? Is this like a
They
one
did, no, they
one
did
off?
an interview.
Gavin Newsom.
Okay.
So the whole new political fucking tactic is for all these dipshits to start fucking podcasts, right? And so Gavin Newsom started a podcast. Like Ted Cruz has one, and like a couple other people.
Oh, it
right?
wasn't just a sit down interview. Newsom has a podcast.
Newsom has a podcast.
Oh my god.
His first
Wait, to be-
episode was Charlie Kirk.
To be fair though,
Clicks. It was for clicks.
I will
No,
say
no. Listen to it. Listen to it.
I'll listen to it too.
No,
Listen
I
to
am
it.
gonna listen to it though because I watch everything that Charlie Kirk does. Just
Wait,
to-
what were you gonna say, Zero?
Wait, you hate watch that crazily?
Well, I watch all them motherfuckers. I watch Crowder. I watch Shapiro.
Crowder's-
I watch our boy. Give him the shout out, D.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh, now you sad to shout him out?
Listen, I think everything he
grew
has
up
to,
watching
I think,
Jordan
I
Peterson.
think what he has to say about philosophical and like his lane shit, great. But when it comes to political, he's fucking brain rot, bro. I'm sorry. He just is. It's unfortunate.
That's because you're just a
I
woke
don't-
motherfucker.
But I to be fair, I don't really follow him. But like when he started talking about like the fact that now I will say, is there definitive like everybody's on the same page with climate change? Scientifically, it seems like no. I haven't read any of the papers. Nor am I probably educated enough to read these papers. But it seems like overall, people like are kind of like
mute your mic. This man, is this a new segment on the fucking podcast or what?
nail clip ASMR.
That shit drives me. Last week when he did that shit, it was driving me fucking bonkers, bro. It was driving me bonkers.
Sorry, that nail was getting to me though. It was like you know when it like catches
I get
the
it,
side
though.
of your like.
Get it. Good hygiene. You want
Yeah,
short
yeah, yeah.
nails. Yes, understand. But
I get
shit
that.
drives me nuts.
Okay. Sorry.
Wait,
Climate
real quick. Who is that other dude that I see him on TikTok a lot? And he just like preaches the word of the Bible. He's an older white cat, goes to fucking colleges a lot.
Cliff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I fuck with Cliff, bro. Here's why. Hold on. Let me explain why I fuck with them. Because I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form, right? Obviously, I believe in a higher being. We've already had this conversation multiple times on the pod. The reason that I like Cliff is because one, he is very thought-provoking. And I enjoy excuse me. I enjoy the way that he speaks in a sense of he's very stern when he talks, but he's not being disrespectful.
Mhm.
And then when somebody tries to talk to him, he's like, or when somebody tries to walk away from what they say, what they need to say, and then he tries to say his side, and they walk away, he's like, well, I just listened to you and everything that you have to say. Why can't you listen to me? And I love it because he says exactly what we always say. You can disagree and still be okay with each other. And he's trying to teach that, and I fucking love it. And I love it. I don't believe in everything he says, but I fuck with the way he talks and the way he carries himself. I love that.
I've only seen him on the way I got introduced to him was George Janko. I used to watch his podcast more. I don't know if do you guys know who that is? No, George Janko. He used to be on Logan Paul's podcast, and then he like exited that whole thing because Logan Paul was mad disrespectful about his religion.
Yes.
That was wild. Yeah,
He actually had that dude Cliff on his show.
Yeah. So I've only seen I only know Cliff from Janko, and then I think I saw a little bit of that interview that you're talking about. He seems really cool. He seems like I haven't seen any of his stuff, but he seems like he would be, or maybe he is like early on Jordan Peterson before he went to the political shit and
He
was
is.
more. I love bro. I will always.
He doesn't talk about
love,
political shit at all, really, from what
Yeah,
I've seen. It's all
I-
religious.
I will always say I will give hella props to Jordan Peterson when it comes to all of his religious readings and stuff like that. I watched and listened to those, and I still would listen to those because I thought they were amazing breakdowns. Just when he went political, yeah, I was like, oh, bro, you like don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It seems like, and yeah. Anyway.
The one thing that I hate that happened to him, right, was he got so charged up, and
Who are you talking about?
Jordan Peterson. He got so charged up because they came after him in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like literally the Canadian government, all this shit, just because of the whole trans movement and all this stuff. And listen,
That's how he became political. I know you probably know that already, D, but I'm just saying, like, that whole thing, especially when he was on the news and he refused to call a trans kid, like, because they try to change the language in Canada.
I don't even think it was. So his whole thing wasn't even that a situation happened where a kid was like, "Hey, I want to be called her," and I'm, man. It was the fact that the legislation was changing to.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. That's what
yeah. It wasn't even the and
Like,
that's
nothing
what
had really
sucks.
happened.
That's
Yeah.
what sucks. It's not even. It could be. Mr. Peterson, you're going to call me a grape. Well, sir, I'm not going to call you a grape. Well, now you have to call me a grape. No, I'm not, right? Like, you're not going to make me do shit. That's where it got weird, right? And whether it's grape or ma'am or sir, whatever, it just sucks that it got compounded into one thing, right?
Mhm.
And to me, that's what my whole issue's been. I don't care. Have the argument about whatever the fuck you want to be called. I don't really give a fuck, right? I'm gonna still treat you the same. but no one's going to force me to do anything I don't want to do, right? Like no one's going to force me. Like you can't force me, fam. Like no way. And so I think he kind of rode the lightning with that one a little bit, right? And then he also got introduced to, like, I don't know exactly how Christianity and that whole timeline thing wove together. The one problem I have now as it's went on is like he wrote that book Those Who Wrestle with God, or He Who Wrestles with God, or something like that.
Is that his third book? I don't know. I only know of 2 of them. And that was like the
It's
12
called like
rules
Those
for
Who
life.
Wrestle with God. He's talking about Israelites. But I'm like, hey dog, like not all of us are called to minister. You know what I'm saying? Like we are called to spread the gospel, but not all of us are called to minister. Do you guys ever feel like I try to minister, like I've ever tried to minister on this podcast?
No,
I don't think so.
I think you
Maybe
speak your
once,
mind.
but yeah, maybe once, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think you speak your mind on whatever, like,
It wasn't bad though. It
you
wasn't.
find
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying. I think only one time have you ever gone on a tangent. D, is your door open?
No.
Oh, is somebody play like watching the news or something?
Yes. Well, kind of. It's not the news. Sorry.
Oh.
I'll try to turn it this
So
way.
you're good. You're good. You're good. It was just it was just loud. I didn't know who it was.
Is it a little bit better?
No, but it's okay. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry about it. He's like, I just got that good of a microphone. No, but I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, absolutely. And that's the problem with religion. That's the problem that I have with religion is that everybody falls. Let me not say everybody, but a lot of people tend to fall into that scenario where they wind up ministering and not spreading the word.
Yes,
And it becomes very judgmental, and it just becomes disgusting, and just like, shut the fuck up, dog. Shut the fuck up.
There was a conversation I had with my mom recently, right? And I don't know, this one it took me back, right? So forgive me. But I was talking to my coworker, right? And
You're good, D.
he goes
I just don't want to mess up anybody's audio.
he goes, oh, I didn't expect that out of you. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, oh, like you believing in God and like the way that you are with your kids and stuff. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, look at you. I was like, what the fuck, fool? He's like, well, nah, like, you know, he's like, you like smoke and this and that, and like you're like this guy. And I had to take a second and think, like, wow, bro, like homie kind of had me fucked up. Like, but then why don't people know that about me? Like, shouldn't I be screaming it from the rooftops? Or is that not my place? Like, because
What
I don't,
exactly?
huh?
Your faith in God?
Or just any of the good works, right? Like, should I be like preaching more scripture than on a day-to-day basis? Like, what is God trying to tell me? And I feel like, well, the book says that we're called to spread the gospel, right? And Isaiah 6:8 says, you know, for whom shall I send and who will go for us? And I said, here am I, send me. Right. So we're supposed to volunteer for these things and voluntarily do it. But I just don't think that, like, see, though I can recite that scripture, I can't recite all of them. So how dare I minister this thing if I can't pick everything apart, right? Yet God doesn't choose the anointed, he anoints the chosen, and he did it every single time. And so that's like, okay, so maybe I might be underqualified, but he qualifies me. Okay, cool, whatever. Fuck, like, okay, shit. And so I think we lose sight of the word testimony. And so, like, I think more people need to realize that their testimony is a lot stronger than what they can do ministering, right? Because I always had a problem with people saying, like, in North Carolina, a big thing you hear at the funerals when someone dies is like, oh, were they saved? Or were they saved? Bro, and that shit used to set me off. Like, fuck you, Christian motherfuckers, coming here and asking those fucking type of questions. You know, instead of them just preaching the good word, like, you know what I mean, and being like, oh, like, don't worry, honey, like, you know, God has you now, God has him now, boom, 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 everything's gonna be all right, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this to provoke thought a little. Do you ever believe that maybe you are spreading just by action and not by word? By not reciting, because you just said you're not qualified because you can't, spit out every fucking scripture in the Bible, but you know how to live. You know how to live differently because of the Bible, and you choose to live that way because of the Bible, and therefore you're teaching through action and spreading the word through action. That's how I think it should be, because that's why my mama always said, actions speak louder than words.
Well, there's a scripture where I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it speaks of those type of people who go out doing things in the name of the Lord, right? In a certain sense where it's like, I want to remember, I can't remember where it's from, but he's saying like in the end times, like he won't know them, like I won't know you, like you're not a faithful servant, you just want something from me, type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, to your point, maybe I could save some of that for the sign off, but maybe in a sense, yeah, hopefully people can think like it's okay to be like religious or whatever the fuck you want. And I think I've said this plenty of times before on the podcast, just as long as you're trying to be a good person, that's all I really care about. And I think we all agree to that. You know what I mean?
Whether you're religious or not, right?
Religious or not, I don't care if you believe in this fucking rock, bro. If you're a Satanist, bro, or Luciferian, I don't care, as long as you don't bother me.
But that's the thing, though, right? Putch, is we always say, as long as you're being a good person. But what characterizes a good person? I think we've talked about this before. But everybody could look at themselves in the mirror and sometimes say that they're a good person, although society doesn't believe that they are.
Well, you know what? If it ever came to that, we'll war over it. And we'll see whose God is more powerful. Because Gavin Newsom said it on the podcast, and I love it.
What the fuck?
I'll lose on my principles. Dude, that was such a fucking bar. I hope you guys listen to that. I'll lose on my principles. That's fine.
I was gonna say too. Oh my god, I think I just lost it.
Oh no!
My bad. Fuck what I just said. Never mind.
All right,
no, you were just about to say it.
I don't know.
It's gonna come back to you right now.
Lose on my principles. That was a bar. Fuck. What was I gonna say?
Gavin Newsom in the podcast. My God versus their God.
You keep talking about Gavin Newsom, and you're gonna make Damien's dick hard, bro.
I was gonna say. I have no sexual affliction for Gavin Newsom. Just to clear the record. Unless Gavin Newsom wants my number. Okay. No, I'll just fuck with you. But no, but I was gonna say, I think but it's hard because I don't know if I'm saying this literally, but I feel like everybody, no matter the context, believes that they're a good person, right? Like even villains, Thanos thought he was a good person. You know what I mean?
That's my point. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos thought, I love how we bring fucking Marvel back into the shit, but Thanos genuinely thought that he was doing better for, like, doing the good for everybody. And he even says it himself, right? He says, I was going to take rich, poor, and everything in between so that it was fair.
Split it down the middle
So that it was fair. And if you really think of the concept, it is fair what he was doing.
Take all emotion and
if you take just the fact, it would make sense to do what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. You know what I wondered, and I've always wondered, did the gauntlet make him exempt to that, or was he rolling the dice on himself too?
Oh, bro, 1 in 1,000 grapes, right?
That's a good question. I've never thought about that. Imagine,
gotta ask Stan Lee, but he's dead. But I think if you ask Thanos, it would be a risk that he's willing to take.
Yeah,
because no time when he ever faced death was he like crying, right? Or
scared to die. Yeah.
One, he was in his little hut. They came for him. They were killing him, and it was just like, yo, it is what it is. Like I did what I had to do.
The only time that he cried was because he had to sacrifice the thing he loves. It was Gamora.
The only time he showed any kind of emotion.
Because he knew it was for the greater good, at least in his opinion.
And again, though, my good.
They took that out of the Bible, by the way.
Was that?
Where Gamora dies?
Yeah.
Oh,
Except for she actually died.
yeah, Gamora got through off a cliff. Call your man.
Yeah, bro. She got fucking yeeted.
You know what? You know something else that's funny that I seen on a meme, but I think it's very true. Is Judas.
Oh my
Judas was a follower of Christ, right? Watched him do all this wild stuff, and then as Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, if I remember right, Judas sold him for the price of a slave, and the Romans came and got him. Now, Judas, at the least, at the least, if he didn't look at that guy and say, "Okay, you are the Christ and the Son of God," okay, if that wasn't what he said, he at least looked at him and said, "You are some kind of fucking wizard."
Yeah, put my finger on it.
But there's fucking something off with you, bud, and I'm turning you in. That takes some fucking balls. He watched him raise someone from the dead.
Like, I don't
I was
know
like,
about
not
this
today,
one.
bucko.
And
on
he
my
was,
watch.
and then he was like, all right, cool, this is cool. You know, get to this dinner. He washes my feet, and he's like, nah, champ, nah. This is
my
done.
toes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so now since we're kind of touched on the topic of God and whatnot, got a random question. Viewer submitted question. Which would you rather witness? How the world began or how the
Jesus.
world will end? Not everybody all at once.
The beginning of it. I care less about the death of it and more of its creation.
I think I would want to see the end. Because the beginning is so cool, but the end is so dramatic. The end is like, that's it, you know?
You sound like the type of person that watches Bad Girls Club, bro.
No, but like, think about it too. Like, I get to see the people that are there, if there are people there, if there are hybrid, different, like, cyborg or full AI has taken over, or some meld between the two, superhuman / computer, that just are inevitably like, there's no way out. We have to die. And this black hole is sucking us in. And I get to watch that all. And it's the final biggest black hole or whatever, however, or supernova, or what is it called? The death chill, or what is it called? Where the universe splits apart so far that everything just is so cold that it can't sustain any life. I get to watch that all, which is
Let me ask you then.
crazy.
If you were standing at the end of a bridge and in the distance you see this explosion, and in the distance, as this explosion is coming towards you, you know it's about to kill you and your chick. As you
I
stand
can't
there,
outrun it.
Damn,
can't.
you had
You're
to,
standing there.
you had
Standing
to bring his girl into it.
it's here
coming.
it is. It's Beb. It's happening. Let's just watch it as it comes. It's barreling towards you. You're beginning to feel the heat of it on your face. Are you thinking, as you look at her, are you thinking of the blazing fire that's coming towards you, or are you thinking of the first day you met her?
I'm just thinking about, how much I love her and how blessed I am to die with somebody I love.
That's why I want to see the beginning.
That's why I'd want to see the end.
I hope God takes me to the beginning, bro.
But that would be awesome. Like, imagine
No.
being there before there was anything, and then all of a sudden there's everything. That would be crazy too.
Well, think about it like this, right? It was a book. Just say the book, right? A book. And you had the choice to read either the last sentence or the first sentence.
Oh, fuck.
And then the book, the last sentence is, and then there was darkness.
Wait, do I have to stay there? Can I come back?
And
I like this time.
This is where
I
it
like
ends.
being here.
This is where it ends. No. So the book, the last sentence is, and then there was darkness. But then if you read the first line, it was at the beginning of time, and then ... Which one would you rather fill in? Would you rather fill in what happens after the light, or would you rather just fill in everything that happens before and then there was darkness?
I'd rather see the end.
That's so crazy. I'd much rather see the beginning.
Listen, I understand that because part of me wants to see that too. But then is just see how
I think
every
you gotta be
decision and how every action and inaction and betrayal and the whole collection of human and non-human history just coming to this point that I could watch, and it's after that it's over. That's our bookend.
Yeah,
of
but from the
everything.
beginning of time to now, you would see how everything created what we have.
True.
Does that not
Which
suffice?
No, it would be amazing to see that. But out of the two, I would be much more interested in how it ends.
I think out of the two, though, that I've been able to witness in this lifetime, it was always
Ooh,
it
that
was
was
always the
fucking a
big.
bar, bro.
You know, it's always been the beginning. And I was gonna say, Damien, it sucks because you haven't. I don't know if you've witnessed it yet, right? But when you witness it for your own and you watch your child breathe for the first time, it's crazy, right? Or even you hear their heartbeat for the first
Oh
time.
my
It's like,
fuck.
whoa.
Bro, that was a crazy way to spin that shit. Oh my god, I didn't even think
Whoa.
about that.
Say that one more time.
Like
What he's
because
referring to is watching your child be born and watching your parent die.
yeah, versus someone die, right? In the way that impacts you, because I've
For
felt
sure.
we've all felt that in some way, right? And none of us find joy, though we might find relief. And I know none of us want to look at it that way, but I know that there may be a sense of relief that we find in death. But to me, death isn't like a real thing. Like even ex-nay my faith, like death to me has never been a real thing. It's just always been this weird transition to something else,
It's an evolution. I could
Yeah,
agree with that.
it's the next great journey, right? Like Dumbledore, the next great adventure, right? And it's like, okay, like, so is there? It's always you're never really quite ending. It's always just beginning again, right? So just go to the beginning. I'd rather.
Well, but also, like I imagined to that point, none of my even distant relatives, or I guess distant future relatives, would be alive anymore. At the end of time, would be, nobody I know would be alive. And not to say that I'd be sad, right? Because the whole of everything is gone. But also, it'd just be really interesting.
But he's not he's relating the end of something to death. He's not saying that you would watch if you went to the end, you would watch somebody that you love die. That's not. He's just relating the two. But you would watch everybody die.
Yeah,
you would watch everybody die.
At that case, I don't want to
sad.
see a future without my peoples there with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the way that I'm thinking of it is right is like I'm being plucked from this time. I'm being dropped back in this chair at 20 minutes before it's about to wrap up. And God's like, yo, champ, look around. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm looking around like, whoa, this is fucking nuts. Boom, zoom out. Now I get to see the whole universe from like the scope and just watch it just implode on itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the universe, just the world.
Or even the world.
Do I
right?
get like
Zoom
a
out.
zoomed out? Yeah. Do I get like? Can I be on the moon? And I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
what
all
the
places. I'm
fuck?
with God, right? He's showing
What
me
are
all
you?
this
Are you imagining that the world is just fucking erupting and exploding?
I don't know, something.
It's just the end. What if the end of the world is just the last person walking and then falling and dying?
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought you were talking about like the end of the universe type thing.
What if that's it? No, the end of the world.
Oh,
That was my question, wasn't it?
my
the
bad,
world?
my bad. Well, because I thought you said, would you rather watch how everything began or how everything ends?
I'm pretty sure I said the world. I thought I said the world. If I didn't, I'm clarifying now. It
Because
was
on
world.
the
Either
opposite
way,
side,
it's the same.
I'm thinking like we're sitting at the Big Bang. Like that's why I said that you get to witness everything commence. You know what I mean?
Well, who's to say it was the Big Bang, dog?
I mean, science thinks. it's
Well,
the
hey,
Big
what
Bang.
we're able to tell.
No,
right
what'd
now
you
that-
say? Science thinks.
There's pretty big evidence for the Big Bang. I'm not saying that it can't be I think science and religion are basically hand in hand. Like
They're pretty close.
what can explain a insanely unique phenomenon like the Big Bang where there is literally an unexplainable nothing to then everything that we know today. Like what? Who could fucking not even science can explain some shit like that.
Nothing
So-
can explain that, right? Because
Yeah.
if there's just nothing, how can two nothings make something?
How can out of nothing be something? Like it doesn't make any sense. At least from our scientific understanding, you can't create or destroy
No.
matter.
From any understanding.
That we know of.
You guys ever watch the
Something
debate
that
about
it-
zero and nothing?
No, you've talked
We
about
talked
it.
about that though. Yeah.
you've
Oh
talked about
yeah,
it.
you guys still haven't watched it, bro? You should watch it. The debate on of zero and nothing is fucking insane. It's boring, but it's insane to listen to. It's awesome. I really enjoyed it. It's like an hour and a half long.
That's it.
I remember one time we were in class, right? And we were talking about the water cycle. And this kid in my class, my teacher literally argued over whether the water cycle was real or not. And if it only rained because God said it was going to rain. And
Bro,
that
what?
science was of the devil.
What? Jesus.
Well, Peanut asked me why it rains, and I could have easily said, "Oh, it's just God's tears," but I was like, "Nope, we're gonna watch a video on why it rains."
Yeah, and dude, Elijah just the other day was asking me like, how could some people not, believe in God, or how could some people not believe in Jesus, right? And so I told him that science, right, science is one way that people explain why the rain happens the way it happens. Some people will say that it rains and it happens the way it happens because it's God, right? One goes backwards, one goes another way. I was like, but they're all getting to the same place. I was like, so your daddy, I say, there's this beautiful design called the water cycle. Beautifully just interwoven. Wow. Well, how did that, how is it that the sun sits just high enough to where the oceans don't fucking boil? Well, son, there's this beautiful thing called God. And he designed this thing just so beautifully so that we don't fucking melt, dude. And it's right there. Look at that. Would you look at that? Every time I put this pin down, look at that. Boom. It doesn't just fall through. Physics, baby. He made it just so perfect that I don't start floating off in the air.
Mm-hmm.
See, the only thing that I ever talk about God wise with Peanut is when something dies. And the only reason was when Oscar died, he said, now he's in the heavens with Coda. And I was not about to be like, there's no heaven, son.
You're like, well, son.
Yeah, there's no heaven, dog. But
Could I ask you, is death the time that you see God?
who, me?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that I don't believe in God, though.
No, I didn't say
A-
believe. I didn't ask you to believe. I asked see.
Are you asking me if I think I'm going to see God when I die?
No, like when death happens,
Uh-huh.
is that when you see God? Like, is that
No.
when you feel like you see, like you see it? Like,
No.
this is the time it's happening. It's going to this person, and this is where this person's
No.
at. What
I
other
don't
time?
think never. You never see, you will never see God ever. In my opinion, God is a feeling of some sort. It's just knowing. It's like knowing that there is something.
When do you feel God? Then
Exactly what you just said. It doesn't make any fucking other sense. How Damien and I actually had this conversation once. It doesn't make any sense of how intricate this design of not only where we live, but everything else in the cosmos is aligned. It makes no sense why it was designed that way, other than that reason. That has to be the reason.
and the intricacies of the different things in life, how it's so. That's when you say, okay,
Bro, from
that
every,
has-
once you realize it, like the water cycle, and this eats that in order to get this to that. we need the plants in order to breathe, but our breathing kills other things, like shit like that. Like even like creating life. That's the only thing that makes sense. There's nothing else that makes sense.
I think
But I don't think at the end of the day he comes out and is like, I did this, guys. Never.
I'm on a cloud.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't know where I was when we had that conversation. I think I've gotten to a point though where, so like I said, science and God I think go pretty hand in hand. With that though, I think a lot of science is explaining of what like is going on in the world. But I think like at the end of the day, the reasoning can still be because God like allowed it to be. I think more and more as I get older, I think like I almost believe in God as like spun a top and then let it kind of run its course. So in my opinion, I think at the point I am now is that everything that's ever happened and the world that we're on currently is kind of just coincidence. Like things are really perfect, insanely well done because we just happen to be lucky. Not lucky, just I'd say blessed, right? But there are so many instances where planets are not survivable, where the sun is too close, where the sun is too far, where the planet is spinning in a weird way and it just falls into the sun. And there are so many of those experiments that at some point there's a universe or a solar system, I should say, that is perfect because all of these experiments have been ran and there's just one or maybe millions because we don't know how big the universe really is. Where
forever growing.
There's just this perfect amalgamation of perfect instances of timing is just right and everything happened, in the perfect way to sustain life. And we just so happen to be in that mode right now.
But overall, it was still God.
Yeah, but God allowed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily attribute like every wrong or good doing to like, oh, God's plan. It was God's plan.
Oh, no. I don't
mean?
believe in that either. I don't believe that God has a plan for every single person on this earth, and like the decisions that we make are because he led us that way. I don't believe that. No.
Yeah, I feel like, and this is I guess one of the more faith spiritual thing, karma versus destiny debates. I feel like there's always this path, right? In your relationship with God is to walk parallel with his path, right? Some would even say in one. Now your little funky ass can go woo and then come back, right? And then it's just ever so perfect. And I think that's a way that you can also explain how the earth has went through its different motions, right? Because the different celestial bodies also have an impact on how the earth sits, right? And who knows what else happened. Right. So Earth might have revered, and then you have a certain growth of human, and then it veered back this way, and then it veered this way, and then you have all these allegedly dinosaurs, and then it veers back.
I can't believe that was an actual sentence said on this podcast, bro. I don't believe dinosaurs were real.
It's not that I don't believe that they're real. Again, I'll reiterate, I just have a problem with the depictions that they created.
There's literally museums of these motherfuckers.
The depictions that they've created and the fact that they say, oh, well, they've been extinct versus we don't let the people know about them. Are two different statements. And I think
one of the craziest things ever said on this fucking podcast.
Just saying, I have a problem. I just have a problem. It's not that I don't believe it. It's just I have a hard time getting along with it.
But I agree with you, Putch. I think, and again, I will always show love to Jordan Peterson's thought process when it comes to
JP, bro. He's got to be on an episode one.
When it comes to his thought process of religious and psychological breakdowns, I will always show love. Okay, I'm not trying to be a hater in any direction, but I will say I agree with him. Like very, like what I don't know why I'm blanking right now, but I agree with the thought of he has this saying that like you're walking in the presence of God when you enter like a flow state, everything works perfectly, and you're working in such like a way that time doesn't even exist. Like you're not even hungry, you're not even thirsty, because whatever you're doing is in alignment with what exactly you're supposed to be doing. And that's a feeling. I agree with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are
Good
we
old
gonna
J.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
We're
good
gonna
old JP. He needs to be on. Shout out Jordan Peterson. Come on the show one day.
I looked up
say.
his
Damien-
fee.
How much is it?
How much do you think it is to invite him onto a podcast?
I'd say probably like $4,000 to $6,000.
Okay. How much do you think? Pudge?
11,000.
You're both wrong by like couple thousand. It's $100,000.
What?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start a GoFundMe. We're gonna start a GoFundMe.
I think if you go to his website, he probably still has it up. But last time I checked, it was 100 G's.
For how long though?
I think I don't even know. It could have been an hour, but it just said podcast appearance, $100,000. I didn't really look into it.
Would you grill his ass? Would you grill his ass if we paid 100,000
for $100,000? I'd be
I
like,
would
listen,
ask
motherfucker.
you. I would beg you to grill his ass
Guys,
for $100K.
guys, let's save up 100,000 and get JP
But
on
also,
the usual.
no shot. No shot.
Do you know?
We might as well get our own studio if we're gonna fucking save up 100K.
100K. We rent a studio. We invite Jordan Peterson on the podcast, guys.
It
Let's
will
do
blow
it.
us. It will blow us up, bro.
It would change. It would change the game.
All right, I have a question though for the closeouts. Are we gonna let D start going last now since he's doing this music thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many times I can do it. It's been fun though. Where's my phone? Oh,
All right, I'll go first. Thank you guys for another amazing episode of the Usual Tuesday podcast. Wait, you're not gonna be here next week, right, D?
not. Hold on. What's today? I don't think it's next week. I think it's no, not next week. The week after.
Okay, so we will be doing next Tuesday.
We will be there. Actually, I'll be back before then too. I don't think I have to miss.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back.
Right.
So yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. I'm just going out, but I'll be back by the 1st.
Thank you guys for another beautiful episode of the Usual Tuesday. My two romantically handsome co-hosts, Korpsx and 0%. Oh, did we want to talk about what we were talking about before? Do you want to start talking about that now, or you want to talk about it next week? About the Oxnard thing?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Korpsx. Go ahead.
Oh, well, you know, I'll say it on the closeout. I'll say it on my closeout.
Okay. Thank you guys. Our community, absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys for always hanging out. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say today. I'm kind of blanking. So, as always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love you. Keep smiling, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Big Corpse, corpsecollection.com. Yeah, so like Save was saying, I am doing a fundraiser in the city of Oxnard at Levity Live Comedy Club. We are going to be hosting Moses Storm. Yeah, May 18th. Doors open at 4:30. Show starts at 6 p.m. prompt. ML 341, right? When you go to buy the ticket, ML 341 in the promo code. You don't get a discount. I'm sorry, but every ticket, we get a portion of every single ticket that comes in. We are this fundraiser is trying to set up workshops for kids at the lodge so that they can come and practice woodworking, electrical work, plumbing, all this, anything and everything that they need. And we're also trying to set up a new local like market swap meet thing that I have more details on later. But yeah, May 18th, check that out.
And D and I will be there. So the whole crew will be there hanging out. If anybody makes it out, we'll all be there.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 29. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and I will restore your fortunes and gather you from the nations and all the places where I have driven you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back to the place for which I had sent you into exile. So no matter how far you go, guys, keep a little bit of faith. The cavalry's coming. Yeah, until next time. Hope you guys have a good day, week, month of your life. Bang.
Like, there's so much pressure on me now. Listen, before we get into the festivities, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for all the love and support. Thank you, everybody, for getting absolutely turned up. This thing needs to hurry up. I don't know where I would be without this podcast, without the love of everybody watching. Save One, Korpsx, always showing love for these mindful, amazing conversations that we're having. Everybody make some noise. If you're in the chat, I love you. If you're on the playback, I love you even more. And if you're subscribed, I love you the most. I don't know if this is the one, bro, because it's taking forever. We're just gonna fast forward a little bit. This thing is not dropping, bro.
Hey, somebody edit this somebody edit this in post.
All right, here we go. The build. Everybody loves it.
Hey, what? Make some noise, yeah! Yeah! Another usual Tuesday, yeah! 82! Out of the blue! Make some noise!
All right, thanks so much, everybody. Much love. All right, peace, everybody. Thanks so much.
All right, you guys be safe, bro. I'll hit you guys up later.
Bye.